Toyota just recalled over 100,000 brand new Tundras. Their twin-turbo V6 engines were destroying themselves from the inside. Debris left over from manufacturing was contaminating the oil and killing main bearings. Some of these trucks had less than 10,000 miles on them. The fix? Complete engine replacement. Meanwhile, there is a guy out there who just hit 1 million miles on his Toyota Tundra. Then he bought another one and did it again. 2 trucks, 2 million miles. I will tell you his name and exactly what engine he used. But spoiler, it was not a turbo. Today, I am going to show you why smart truck owners are walking right past those shiny new turbocharged pickups. I am also going to give you the list, the Naturally Aspirated List. These are the trucks that will still be running when everything else is in the junkyard. The Turbo Trap. Here is how they sell it. A twin-turbo V6 with the power of a V8 and the fuel economy of a 4-cylinder. Sounds perfect. That is exactly what they want you to think. A turbocharger spins at over 100,000 revolutions per minute. Your naturally aspirated V8 rarely goes above 5,000. That is 20 times the rotational speed, 20 times the wear on bearings, 20 times the stress on seals, and those seals are not made of steel. They are made of rubber. Rubber that gets cooked every time you tow a load. When you are pulling a trailer up a mountain grade in July, your turbocharger is glowing cherry red. I am not exaggerating. The exhaust gas temperature inside that housing exceeds 1,000 degrees. Some engineer in skinny jeans decided to put plastic coolant fittings around it. Those fittings get brittle and crack. The oil feed lines cook from the inside. The seals harden and fail. And when they fail, you are looking at a tow truck and a 4-figure repair bill. Here is the part they really do not want you to understand. To make the same power as a big V8, a small turbocharged engine has to run under massive internal pressure. 15 to 20 pounds per square inch of boost hammering down on pistons and connecting rods all day long. That is not cruising, that is stress. And stress is what kills engines. Meanwhile, your grandfather's naturally aspirated V8 is loafing along at 30% of its capacity. Unstressed, just doing its job. It could work harder, it just does not have to. That is the difference between an engine that lasts and an engine that breaks. The $6,000 surprise Ford F-150 with the 3.5 EcoBoost. Both turbos need replacement. The dealer, quote, $6,000, $2,000 for parts, $4,000 for labor. Why so much labor? Because replacing those turbos takes 9 hours. 9 hours of shop time at $150 per hour. And that is if nothing else breaks while they are in there. Ford is not even the worst offender. Toyota's new twin-turbo Tundra has a special problem. The turbos are mounted at the back of the engine, tucked up against the firewall. When Toyota engineers needed to develop a repair procedure for the wastegate failures, you know what they did? They removed the cab from the frame. They literally had to lift the body off the truck to get good access to the turbos. That is not a YouTube exaggeration. That is the actual service procedure. That is not a repair. That is surgery. And you are paying for it. You bought that $55,000 truck thinking it would be reliable. You paid the Toyota tax because you expected Toyota quality. Instead, you got a 100,000 truck recall and a repair bill that makes your mortgage payment look small. The owners who bought the old 5.7 V8 Tundra are laughing all the way to 400,000 miles. No cab removal required. The EcoBoost Time Bomb. Ford has been selling EcoBoost engines since 2011, 14 years of turbocharged trucks, and 14 years of owners learning the hard way. The turbo heat cooks your oil into sludge. Your timing chain turns into a stretched rubber band by 60,000 miles, right after your warranty expires. Coincidence? I do not think so. $2,500 to fix what Ford should have engineered properly from the start. That is, if the stretched chain does not take out the valves first. Then you are looking at a new engine. The 2.7-liter EcoBoost is worse. Ford hoped nobody would notice, but when intake valves started cracking and dropping into combustion chambers at 20,000 miles, it got hard to hide. Total engine destruction on trucks that were basically brand new. 91,000 vehicles were recalled. Some guy in an MBA program probably got a bonus for cutting costs on those valves. You got the repair bill. General Motors is not innocent. The 2.7-liter turbo four-cylinder in the Silverado was supposed to be the future. A four-banger in a full-size truck. The marketers loved it. The accountants loved it. Owners are seeing turbo leaks at 100,000 miles. Transfer case noise at 50,000 miles. Rough idle. Oil consumption. If you are lucky, this engine lasts 150,000 miles. The old 5.3 V8, 300,000 miles with nothing but oil changes. No turbos, no intercoolers, no boost leaks, no surprises. The Million Mile Man. His name is Victor Shepard, 6'6", 425 pounds, built like an NFL lineman. He works as a hotshot driver hauling loads across America. No easy highway miles. Real work. Real weight. He puts about 125,000 miles on his truck every single year. In 2007, Victor bought a Toyota Tundra with the 4.7-liter V8. He drove that truck for 9 years. 117 service visits. Nothing fancy, just oil changes and regular maintenance. And in 2016, he crossed 1 million miles on the original engine and transmission. Toyota bought that truck back and stripped it down. They wanted to know how a truck survives that kind of abuse. The answer was simple: conservative engineering. Iron where it matters. A motor that was never pushed past its limits. Victor was not done. He got a 2014 Tundra with the 5.7-liter V8. Same brutal schedule. Same heavy loads. In April 2025, Victor crossed 1 million miles again. The transmission needed a rebuild around 860,000 miles. The engine was still original. 2 trucks, 2 million total miles, both naturally aspirated V8s. Try that with a twin-turbo anything. Here's what makes me angry. Toyota knew this. They had Victor's truck in their lab. They had the data. They knew the 5.7 V8 was bulletproof. And they killed it anyway. In 2022, Toyota forced every Tundra buyer into a twin-turbo V6, the same engine they are now recalling by the truckload. Why? Fuel economy ratings, CAFE standards, government paperwork. Some regulator in Washington is happy. Your engine is eating itself. But the spreadsheet looks great. The Naturally Aspirated List. Number 1, Toyota Tundra, 2007 to 2021, with the 5.7-liter V8. This is the king. Victor Shepard proved what it can do. 2 million miles on 2 trucks. The engine has iron where it matters and was designed by people who understood that a truck motor should never be stressed. You will pay a Toyota tax on the used market, $5,000 to $8,000 more than Ford or Chevy. Pay it. You are buying 300,000 miles of not thinking about your truck. Number 2, Ford F-150 with the 5.0-liter Coyote V8. If you do not want a Toyota, this is your option. 400 horsepower without a single turbo. Yes, you need to clean the valves every 60,000 miles, but that is a $200 job, and you do not need to lift the cab off the frame to do it. Number 3, Ram 1500 with the 5.7-liter Hemi. This is a sledgehammer. Old, heavy, simple. It might tick a little at high mileage. Some owners delete the cylinder deactivation. Others live with it. Either way, this thing will drag you home when a turbo would leave you stranded. Number 4, Chevrolet Silverado or GMC Sierra with the 5.3 or 6.2 V8. Same deal as the Ram. Old school, small block. It might have lifter issues from the cylinder deactivation. Disable it with a tune. Even with that problem, these engines outlast any turbo by 100,000 miles. Your grandpa had one. Your dad had one. There is a reason. The choice. You have 2 options. Buy a gadget on wheels and feed the dealer every 60,000 miles, or find a living, breathing, naturally aspirated V8 from this list and forget the way to the service department. These trucks are getting harder to find every month. The manufacturers stopped making them. The used prices are climbing. Guys who know what they have are not selling. Get one while you still can. When your neighbor asks why your old V8 truck is still running while his shiny new turbo is in the shop again, you can tell him the truth. Drop your mileage in the comments. Let the marketing executives drown in the numbers. There is no replacement for displacement. They just forgot to tell you. I will see you in the next one.